Have you ever wondered if traveling after 70 is still a good idea? While exploring new places and cultures can be thrilling, it's important to know that age brings unique challenges that can turn a dream vacation into a stressful ordeal. As we get older, our bodies and minds go through changes that make travel more exhausting, unpredictable, and even dangerous. Many seniors don't consider these risks until it's too late. In this video, we'll uncover 5 hidden dangers of traveling after 70, risks that could affect your health, safety, and finances. Stick with us. This may change how you plan your next trip. Danger. Number 1. Increased health risks and medical emergencies. One of the most serious and immediate concerns when traveling after 70 is the increased risk of unexpected health problems. As we age, our bodies become less predictable. Conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, and respiratory issues can escalate quickly, often without warning. What might have been a minor concern at home can become a life-threatening emergency in a foreign environment. At home, you know where the nearest hospital is. You have access to your primary care physician. You know your medications are available. But when you're in an unfamiliar city, or worse, a foreign country, you might not know how to get help, what kind of care is available, or even how to communicate your medical history. That delay can make a huge difference. Take long flights. For example, seniors are at a much higher risk of developing blood clots, specifically deep vein thrombosis. Extended periods of sitting can restrict blood flow, especially in the legs. Add to that the possibility of dehydration or low cabin oxygen levels, and suddenly what should have been a relaxing journey becomes a serious health risk. Altitude is another issue. For someone with a heart or lung condition, traveling to a high altitude location could put dangerous stress on the body, and even something as simple as adjusting to a different climate, especially in hot or humid places, can lead to heat exhaustion or dehydration far more easily than it would for a younger traveler. Let's not forget infections. Your immune system naturally weakens with age, and exposure to new bacteria or viruses can lead to complications. A stomach bug might be just an inconvenience for a 30-year-old, but for someone in their 70s, it could mean hospitalization. Consider the real story of James, a 74-year-old who booked a cruise with his wife. He assumed the slower pace of a cruise would be gentle on his body, but on the 4th day at sea, James experienced severe chest pain. The ship's medical staff provided initial care, but they couldn't give him the treatment he needed. He had to wait hours for an emergency evacuation to the nearest port. Thankfully, James survived, but he later admitted he had underestimated the health risks and regretted not preparing more thoroughly. So what can you do? Before traveling, always get a full health checkup. Bring a complete list of your medications. And most importantly, invest in travel insurance that includes emergency medical coverage and evacuation. Travel can be wonderful, but only if you're prepared to handle the unexpected. Danger. Number 2. Increased exposure to infections and contaminants. One of the most overlooked dangers of traveling after 70 is the increased exposure to germs, viruses, and foodborne illnesses. When you travel, especially through airports, crowded planes, buses, and unfamiliar restaurants, you're entering environments where bacteria thrive. For younger people, a common cold or mild stomach bug might just be an inconvenience. But for seniors, these same infections can trigger serious complications that last for weeks or even require hospitalization. Why? Because as we age, our immune system becomes less efficient. It takes longer to respond to infections, and recovery is often slower. A small exposure that your body once shrugged off could now lead to severe illness. Respiratory infections like the flu or pneumonia are especially dangerous and can escalate quickly if not caught early. Airplanes are particularly risky. Think about it. Dozens, even hundreds of passengers in close quarters, breathing in the same recycled air for hours. People from all over the world pass through airport terminals daily, each bringing their own regional strains of viruses and bacteria. It's no wonder many travelers, especially seniors, find themselves feeling unwell shortly after flying. But germs aren't only in the air. Surfaces like tray tables, seat belts, armrests, and bathroom handles are rarely disinfected between flights. If you use a cane or walker, you're touching even more public surfaces, increasing your exposure. And in hotels or public restrooms, the cleanliness you're used to at home can't be guaranteed. Then there's food and water. While trying new dishes is a fun part of travel, unfamiliar ingredients and preparation methods can cause digestive distress. Seniors are especially vulnerable to foodborne illnesses like E. coli, salmonella, or norovirus. And in many countries, tap water or even washed salads can contain bacteria your body isn't used to, leading to serious stomach infections and dehydration. Take precautions seriously. A single contaminated meal or exposure to a new virus can turn your trip into a miserable ordeal. So what can you do to stay safe? Start by being vigilant. Wash your hands frequently and carry hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Wear a mask. In crowded areas, especially on planes or public transit, only drink bottled or filtered water and avoid raw foods like salads or unpeeled fruits when you're unsure of the water quality. Before international travel, talk to your doctor about vaccines for flu, pneumonia, or other region-specific illnesses. And always carry essential medications for stomach issues and respiratory symptoms. With the right precautions, you can still enjoy your trip. But staying healthy requires planning, awareness, and an extra layer of protection. Danger. Number 3. Travel fatigue and recovery. Challenges. Travel is often imagined as exciting and rejuvenating, but for adults over 70, it can be physically and mentally draining in ways that aren't always expected. One of the biggest hidden dangers of traveling at this age is fatigue, and not the kind a good night's sleep can fix. For many seniors, the physical toll of traveling lasts long after the trip ends. Long flights, early departures, layovers, crowded airports, and unfamiliar routines can quickly overwhelm the body. Unlike younger travelers, seniors may find that fatigue lingers for days or even weeks after a trip. And when the body is tired, everything else suffers. Immune function drops, reaction times slow, and the risk of illness or injury increases dramatically. Sleep is often disrupted during travel. Whether it's because of jet lag, an uncomfortable hotel bed, noisy surroundings, or changes in time zones, poor sleep can severely affect mental clarity, coordination, and mood. Studies show that older adults take longer to adjust to time zone changes, meaning the effects of jet lag can last longer and hit harder. And when you're tired, even simple tasks, like walking through a museum or climbing steps, feel 10 times harder. Then there's the issue of physical strain. Sitting for long periods in planes, trains, or buses can lead to stiff joints, swollen ankles, and poor circulation. For seniors with arthritis or existing mobility issues, this can cause pain and discomfort that make enjoying the destination a challenge. Even carrying luggage, standing in lines, or navigating unfamiliar streets can wear the body down faster than anticipated. Let's take Richard's story. He's 75, relatively active, and had been looking forward to a trip overseas with his wife. But after a 10-hour flight, navigating through customs and adjusting to a 6-hour time difference, he found himself completely exhausted. By the second day of the trip, he was struggling to stay alert during tours, needed frequent breaks, and couldn't walk for long stretches. By the time he finally adjusted, it was already time to return home, and he spent the next few weeks recovering. So, what's the solution? Seniors should build plenty of rest into their travel plans. Avoid back-to-back activities and overscheduling. Take shorter flights with layovers to stretch and move. Choose direct, simple itineraries over complicated routes. Pack healthy snacks, stay hydrated, and make time for naps if needed. Most importantly, recognize your personal limits, because trying to keep up can turn a dream vacation into a recovery period you didn't expect. Remember, travel is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. With the right adjustments, it can still be fulfilling without being exhausting. Danger number 4, higher risk of falls and injuries. One of the most serious and often underestimated dangers of traveling after 70 is the increased risk of falls and physical injuries. As we age, our reflexes slow, balance becomes more fragile, and bones become more brittle. What might have been a simple misstep in your own home can become a major medical emergency when you're in an unfamiliar environment far from home. Falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults, and travel introduces a long list of new hazards. Hotel rooms with uneven flooring, poorly lit staircases, slippery cruise ship decks, or cobblestone streets in historic towns. All of these create the perfect conditions for a fall. Many travel destinations are not designed with senior mobility in mind. Some have limited accessibility, no handrails or steep terrain. Just walking from one part of a sightseeing tour to another can require stamina and balance that many seniors find challenging. Simple tasks like stepping onto a bus or crossing a busy street can be unexpectedly dangerous. Let's talk about Linda, a 78-year-old woman who had always dreamed of visiting Europe. She was active and healthy, taking daily walks in her neighborhood, with no trouble. But once she arrived in Italy, the reality was very different. Navigating steep streets, uneven pavements, and dimly lit alleyways proved far more difficult than expected. One evening, as she stepped off a curb, she lost her footing and fell hard, breaking her hip. She needed emergency surgery, ended her trip early, and spent months recovering at home. Beyond the physical environment, fatigue plays a huge role. When you're tired, your reaction time slows and coordination suffers. Travel often involves early mornings, long days, skipped meals, and disrupted sleep, all of which increase the risk of falls. If you add arthritis, joint pain, or circulation issues into the mix, even short walks can become exhausting and dangerous. So how can you reduce the risk of injury while traveling? Start by choosing destinations with strong accessibility features. Look for accommodations that offer elevators, ramps, and handrails. Avoid high-risk environments like steep trails or uneven stone paths. Always wear supportive, non-slip shoes. If needed, use walking aids like canes or walking sticks for extra stability. Give your body time to rest, and don't hesitate to ask for assistance when navigating stairs or getting in and out of vehicles. Most importantly, listen to your body. No trip is worth a fall that could take away your mobility or your independence. A little extra caution goes a long way when it comes to protecting your health and safety on the road. Danger. Number 5. Travel insurance and financial risk. When most people think about travel risks after 70, they focus on health. But one of the most surprising and financially devastating dangers is not physical, it's money. Seniors often assume they're financially prepared for a trip, but unexpected events like medical emergencies, cancellations, or scams can turn a dream vacation into a costly mistake. Let's start with medical coverage. Many seniors are shocked to discover that their regular health insurance doesn't cover them once they leave their home country. If you fall ill or get injured abroad, you may be responsible for thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars in medical bills. Emergency surgeries, hospital stays, or medical evacuations back to your home country are not cheap. And without proper travel insurance, those costs come directly out of your savings. Even if you're traveling domestically, out-of-network treatment can be costly. Many travel insurance plans offer emergency medical coverage, trip interruption, protection, and even coverage for lost luggage or delays, but only if you purchase the right plan ahead of time. Then there's the issue of trip cancellations. Seniors often plan trips well in advance, assuming they'll be in good health when the time comes. But things can change quickly. Illness, injury, or a change in family circumstances might force you to cancel. Unfortunately, most airlines, cruise lines, and hotels have strict cancellation policies with little to no refunds for last-minute changes. Without trip cancellation insurance, you could lose thousands of dollars with nothing to show for it. And let's not forget travel scams, which often target older adults. Whether it's fake travel websites, taxi scams, or fraudulent vacation deals, scammers know that seniors are often trusting and less familiar with digital red flags. One example is George, a 76-year-old who booked a tropical getaway online. When he arrived, he discovered the hotel didn't exist. It was an elaborate scam, and he lost all the money he'd carefully saved for the trip. Left stranded, he had to pay double for a last-minute hotel just to have a place to sleep. So how can seniors protect themselves financially while traveling? Start by researching and purchasing a comprehensive travel insurance plan that includes emergency medical care and trip cancellations. Use reputable booking platforms and always verify hotel and tour details. Be skeptical of deals that seem too good to be true. Limit the amount of cash you carry, monitor your credit card activity, and never share personal or financial information. With strangers, travel can be enriching, but after 70, the financial stakes are higher than ever. Planning carefully isn't just smart, it's essential for peace of mind. Traveling after 70 doesn't have to be off limits, but it does require a different mindset. The truth is, as we get older, the way we travel must change. The risks we've discussed, health emergencies, infections, fatigue, falls, and financial losses, are very real, and they've turned many long-anticipated trips into regrettable experiences for unprepared seniors. But awareness is the first step towards safer travel. With proper planning, realistic expectations, and honest conversations with your doctor and loved ones, you can still enjoy meaningful, memorable trips. Maybe that means choosing closer destinations, planning more rest days, or investing in the right insurance. It's not about avoiding travel, it's about traveling smarter. Ask yourself, is my health stable enough? Do I have the right support and coverage? Is this destination truly right for me? These questions may not be exciting, but they could prevent unnecessary hardship. At the end of the day, it's not just about adding more experiences. It's about preserving your well-being, your independence, and your peace of mind. Travel should enhance your life, not threaten it. Thank you for watching, and take care wherever your journey takes you next.